Good morning. Yes, Kim, it is early. I'm trying to avoid the rush. I heard Brent's coming on. I heard Loli's coming on today. So I wanted to, and I normally come on, but I wanted to. Here I am. I apologize. I'm just eating a little bit of a sandwich because I just got up an hour ago. Anyways, before I start eating here, good morning, Kim. Good morning, Brent. Broken Nomad. Glad to see you. Rambling Rocketeer. I'm truly surprised. It's really early where she's at. Sean Gunk, hello. Paul, hello. Papa, good morning. Shadow Vet. Let me see. Andrea Thompson, good morning. Diane, good morning. Kay, good morning. Yeah, I am early. Like I said, I'm just trying to beat the crowd and get off. So, yeah, I normally come on Sundays anyway. So, and the kids aren't here and it's nice and quiet. Might even sound a little echoey. Yeah, and I need some quiet lately. Oh, yeah, I'm still coming out west. Like, as long as I know that's my plan. So, hopefully. Okay, just let me finish this and yeah. Thank you, Papa. That's exactly why I'm here. Because I think I mentioned in my last video, and I think it was Rambling Rocketeer that sort of like said, "Hey, do you realize it's because I don't watch TV right so much? Do you realize it's football?" And I said, "Really? Yeah." So East and West or whatever, and then it's going to be the Super Bowl. So that's the other reason why I'm here. And my other friend from Hawaii, I remember last week, he said, "Hey, bro, you got 15 minutes, and then I'm going to watch the football." So I didn't want to rush him. So here I am early. That's right, Papa. NFC AFC Championship. Oh, I know it's not fun just seeing me sit here and eat. I don't want to have a little bit of an accent while I'm talking. Well, great. Well, that's good. That's good, Tim. No. Okay, I'm back. My apologies again. Okay. I'm not going to say. Okay. Well, I just want to thank everybody who's new, came, signed up to my channel, watch my couple of my little exploits. But yeah, so I'm okay. I was reading earlier. Somebody asked me, "Am I okay?" Yeah, I'm okay. Everything's fine. Uh, everything's fine. I'm. I guess I'm just recovering a little bit, and I don't mean I'm not really like sore, but I did. I either threw out, well, not throw out my shoulder, but it's a little stiff, and I slept last night with a heating pad, which seemed to work a little bit, but yeah, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's the swimming, being on my manual wheelchair for the first time in a while, or having really crazy dismounts off the elevator or off the escalator. But you know, it was really, it was quite interesting. I learned a lot. I went back to the drawing board. I watched a couple more videos about it. I read a couple of comments. Some see, to me, see, this is crazy. Somebody goes down that thing feet first, like stumps first. Well, I don't know if I can see the landing being easier if you do that, but I just don't know if because it's hard. It's hard to sort of like sit there and practice. I guess I can like tilt back like on a table or something here and hold on and try to balance on my back wheels. Okay, but it's not moving. So it's hard to sort of like do all that, grab yourself in position because if you go forward, you trust me, you're going forward. If something should happen, trust me, you're going forward. So, I could see how the landing would be better. If there was a possibility I could switch halfway down, I'd feel better about it, but there is no. Once you commit, you commit. So, anyways, so I watched that and I looked at that. I never seen anybody do that, but there was a gentleman on my on my feed the other day, or answered me or asked me a question from my video, and he says he can do a wheelie for like a mile. You know, I don't know how long he's been riding that wheelchair, but I don't think he got on it yesterday. So I mean, it takes time, takes commitment, and I might look like a big burly tough guy, but I'm yeah. There's a lot of fear in there, but I can't let that stop me from moving forward. And I know not everybody agrees with what I do, and that's fine. You don't have to agree with it, but that's what I do. I mean, that's what, I'm not out to, shock the world. I just want to be part of the world. And there's some things you have to do. And, like, I mean, from wheelchair people to another, they say, this is a good trick or a good thing to learn because, the life stops for no one and the obstacles that come your way. I mean, you got to learn to adapt or go around or at least try. And then if you can't do it, no harm, no foul. You can't do it. There's lots of things that, I can't fly an airplane. I mean, so I just say, yeah, I'll leave that to the big boys. I can't do that. Uh, Papa, oh, Jeffy, I wanted to thank you for being so brave to show your last few videos about how you get around and what you now deal with. Well, morning, April. I mean, that's the point, right? Like, I see a lot of people doing it. It looks like easy, right? But they must have practiced somewhere. I used to always think that. I would say, oh, these guys, look at these, I'm not good enough for that. And I'm like, so we see the end result of probably many practices and many falls and many things. I'm the nutty one. I'll show you the step-by-step footage on the way from going to amateur to maybe not really professional, but a little bit more seasoned. That's me. Uh, it's not just from content because that's the fear that keeps me. That's the fear that keeps me from doing stuff because I don't want, I don't want people to think that, oh, it's embarrassing. No, no. What's embarrassing is being thrown out into this world from having legs to no legs and not knowing how to maneuver around it. That's what's embarrassing. I should learn stuff. It's not for everybody, and I agree. And somebody told me I can't change people's opinions. I can't force them to look at my side. So I'm not going to. I'm not going to. I'm just going to do me. And what I see on the internet, I don't see everything on the internet, but the stuff I see, I'm going to say, yeah, I'd like to try that. You know. So yeah. So, anyways, it was quite the experience. And the crazy thing is, I got to do it again, right? Yeah. I got to do it again. So, I mean, yeah. Yeah, but like I said, um, this might sound a little off to you guys, but I watched this one video where this guy sitting in his chair and he learned to like hop with his wheelchair, like just hop, like not over a fence or nothing, but just like maybe that much. Because I think that lip at the bottom is that much. So he hopped like before he gets off, he sort of like gives it a little hop, and the other mistakes. I know the mistakes I made. Mistake number one, and no, it's not getting on the escalator. No, mistake number one is rolling to the top. And when I get to the top, because I was nervous, there's a flat spot. Is letting go of the handrails, grabbing my wheelchair wheels, and giving myself a little wheelie just to get over that little lump, and then pretty much the escalator is going to push you forward. So once you get over the lip, then it'll push you, and then off you go. Well, that's what from watching, that's what I see that they're doing. The back is the same thing, going down backwards. I know it seems really scary, and it is. I'm not. Hey, there was no stunt doubles doing this, man. I did it, and it's like, yeah, it was scary. But the landing, I trust me, the landing, because I was so deathly scared. I grabbed onto the side rails and basically, the escalator's coming with you, so you're like this. And then when I hit that bump, I was too frightened to let go. So I just held it and it was just sort of like slowly, just like until my handles sort of like hit the floor, and I was like, ah. I mean, I think I did say a choice word like back to the drawing board, but that's what happened. And it was for the luck of me that there's some people there. They're probably watching me. There's some people there to help me up, which is all good. And a big kudos goes out to Rachel for filming all this and trying to, contain herself. Because I think she might have one or two gray more hairs than she had before she started this journey. I just think it's funny. I just think, I'm just like, yeah, it's just life for me. I'm not going to get perfect at everything I do, but I don't want fear. Yeah, I don't want fear to hold me back. And in my life, even with two legs, I remember one time I couldn't bend my legs. Like, some people you can bend your legs a little bit. And there's one time I was up on a roof and I was fixing. I think I was doing the Good Samaritan thing. I was fixing somebody's antenna or something. And to get off, all of a sudden, fear just ran over me. I don't know how old I was, but I was in my probably in my either 50s or late 40s. And I stood up there for an hour and I was so frightened. I mean, I was crying. I was like, oh, I can't do this. I can't do this. And the person below, he was an old gentleman. Person below was telling me, "Don't worry, Jeff. I got you. I got you." You know, and I'm sitting there. Yeah, you can hardly get yourself. And I'm like, I just all this negative stuff. Anyways, I finally came down, but I don't want that to hold me back. I mean, there's some things I won't do. Like I was telling somebody yesterday, I've always wanted to go bungee jumping, but I already took that off my list now. We're not doing that anymore because the past few days things have taught me a lot. Swimming has taught me a lot, and going down and up escalators has taught me a lot. My body is not a balanced machine the way I was created. Like it's not. Uh, I know some people might go, oh, maybe you lose your weight, but yeah, and that's true. And I'll get to that in a minute. But yes, yes, but my body is not, and I found that out when my torso and my butt hit the water. First thing I want to do is I want to float, but once I get to the top, I feel like a bobber. I could get up there, and all of a sudden I go bloop bloop, either backwards or frontwards, and out of control. And I'm like, oh, that's why I'm wearing these little things for my arms, and I'm wearing a vest, and I got something around well, not really my waist. It went up to here, but yeah, and I got hanging on to these noodles until I got comfortable. But yeah, then I could float, and then I was like treading water and stuff like that. So, hello, Tammy, Deborah. Yeah. So, I mean, and that was it. And I learned how to maneuver a little bit. I could tread water a little bit, but that's because I got the floats on, which is fine. And I know, like when you're treading water with legs, like you sort of like do a figure eight. Well, I can't do a figure eight. I can barely do a figure two, little stubbies. But I can move them. I can move them. So that helps me. And then I'm not so like I was far enough away. I mean, it's only 5 feet of water, and I'm 4 foot, so I only got about that much. But really, all in all, we only need like about a half a cup to drown in if it goes down the wrong way. So yeah, so I was just sitting there and I was relaxing, and I'm like, yeah, this is really cool. So yeah, there's things I need to learn about that. And then move along to the next day. Um, yeah, move along to the next day when I fell off my chair at the top. I was so grateful that security guard. I mean, there was a few people because I was trying to tell that to one of my older friends, like old 80 something, like 86. So I was trying to tell that to one of my older friends, and she's like, "Well, did anybody help you? Did anybody Because I think everybody's worried about being embarrassed, and I think that's the key. It's like being embarrassed, and it's like, no, I'm not embarrassed. Yes, I got to learn to crawl. And Rachel said it to me perfectly. Like she said, Jeff, how many times did you fall before you learned how to walk when you were a kid? Well, I hate to say it, but I'm a 66-year-old kid that's learning how to. I'll never really walk normally, but I'm learning how to maneuver through this big world. And that's the point. So, yeah, I've had a fall. I've seen people fall more than I did, but I mean, she reminded me, didn't you go off the end of your ramp or didn't you go? I said, yes. Didn't you fall? I said, yes. I flipped back one day and boom, landed on my back. Yep, that's me. So in life, we're going to hit walls. It's just instead of giving up, it's like I have to learn certain. Yeah, forget about we. I mean, I have to learn. Anybody out there listening, I have to learn to sort of like try to figure out how to get around that and just be semi-normal. None of us are normal, but just try to fit in, and that's all I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to be no super man in a wheelchair. Bad enough I got the thing Jeffy Bear in the chair, but And, I'm not trying to be, Superman. So, yeah, and a lot of good things. I mean, my friends, the people I talk to, and they know who they are. Like, well, Ramblin' Rocketeer and Raven and Rachel and Kim and Insanity, and I'll probably forget some, but people I haven't talked to her in a while. Sammy, my friend Sammy, but those people aren't afraid to not really set me straight, but they're not afraid to say like, "Hey, this looks like a problem," or something like that. They're not afraid to challenge me, which is good because I do need to be challenged. So, um, yeah, I do need to be challenged. So, and that's it. And that's the kind of friends I need. You know, hey, this is going good, but over here you might change that. And it's like, and I appreciate that. I might give them attitude, and I fight, and like I mean, I hang on to stuff or whatever. I fight back. Hey, Dan Devan and Miss Tina. Good morning. And I know I probably miss a lot of other people here. Well, yeah, like I was just reading Shiny Nickel, but it's your life. You can fail if you want to. Yeah. No, I know. It's just, like none of us really want to fail. Once we find out the secret, the only way to success is by failing, right? I mean, the thing that came to me, one of the first things that came to me when I was lying on my backside at the bottom of the stairs, um, Alexander Graham Bell, when he created the light bulb, you know, I mean, it's a different scenario, but his answer was perfect. I don't know the exact thing, but you failed like 3,000 times. No, I found out that 2,999 times what not to do, and I found it. Not a failure. If you got the cojones to even try it, that's not a failure, man. You're putting yourself out there. You're putting yourself out there. Like I watch people's reaction. Like even my daughter, first reaction to her was she's looking around saying, "Pops, everybody's staring at you." And I said, "Of course. When is it every day you see some crazy guy going down the escalator? Of course, I'm going to stare." And from all the comments I get up here, people say, "Oh, wow, that's very, that's, whew, I don't know if I'd do that." Yeah, of course. You know, I mean, that's all right. I mean, yeah, of course. You got to learn. That's what we tell our kids. You got to learn. You know, I had a great example of that when my daughter was, when my daughter was growing up. I kept on telling her, like, you got to watch it. She was going up the stairs. It's my daughter, Katie. And I was reading the book saying that act quickly, every time you act quickly, that usually scares your kid into crying. So, one day I told her, I said, "Don't go up. You got to watch them stairs." And there was no balcony, no, it's just a short hop, but still, it was like good 4 to 5 feet off the ground. And she was younger, like she wasn't a baby, but she was younger. She could stand on her feet and everything, and she could walk. But I told her, and anyways, next thing you know, she slipped and she fell. And it was about 4 feet, 4 or 5 feet, and it hit the floor like boom, like And then I can remember her sitting there, and I didn't say nothing. I mean, I was like, my heart skipped a beat, but I just sort of tried to keep myself composed. And I said, and I waited, and she's sitting there at the bottom there at the side of the. She's like, and she wanted to cry, but she didn't cry. She just like, and I said, "You all right?" And she goes, "I'm okay." Then she turned around and walked away and started playing again. Well, that's what I got to do. Yeah, brush it off and go. Yeah, and then at the end of this little experiment, or at the end of this thing, boom, one more thing I can do if I ever need to. And that's the thing. So, anyways, that's the whole thing. Everything's fine. I knew what I was doing, and I'm okay with it. Um, let me see. Oh, yeah. And in all this, one moment. And in all this, I wake up this morning. Ain't gonna read it all. I got a little message from this lady. I won't say her last name or whatever, but her name's Leona, and she was asking me. She said she found me and stuff, and and she wants to, she wants to start a YouTube channel, and she wants to sort of put stuff out there so to help people, and I mean, she had personal experience, so of stuff, and I mean that, hopefully, yeah. Well, I know Rambling's listening, but hopefully, you know, Ramblin sort of Ramblin really tries to help me out and make me see, and she's crazy enough to stand in front of me, even though we're on the phone or on the computer, she's crazy enough to challenge me, which is great. God bless her. She is. Her and her husband both. They both try to sort of throw in something there so I can take a different look at it, and I'm very stubborn, as we can all see. But yeah, it got through to me, and I don't really realize how much people I do touch. I don't, but every time I see something like what I just got this morning, I'm like, yeah, it's I'm like a big onion, man. I mean, to get to the center, you got to peel me off one layer at a time, and I got lots of layers, and I'm not trying to fight anybody. I'm just I've grown up with a whole bunch of fears and people that have, it's not anything unnormal. I mean, people have, used, abused, or whatever. Uh, I had trust issues, and I think some of it, I'm a lot better than I used to be, but some of it still lingers, right? And it's yeah, and it's like polishing a gem. First it looks just like a clump of rock, and then when you start polishing it, then you see the beauty, right? So yeah. So I mean, that's the whole point of all this. It's not because I'm trying to get on the next episode of. Hold on. I forget the name of it now. Oh yeah, there's a movie where all these people do a lot of different things, right? I think it was, yeah, Jackass the movie. Yeah, I'm not trying to get on a spot on Jackass. I'm just trying to make it through life with whatever I got left and do the best I can. Because, I'm thinking about. Well, thank you, Euphoric Granny. Thank you. Yeah. Hey, Carolyn. Jerry's bigger. Yeah. No, it's just yeah, it's just I ain't ready. I ain't ready to be put in a corner. I'm sorry. I'm not ready. And every time I feel like I'm being, and it, probably me that's putting me there, or listening to people, like not you people, like professionals, it's you know, I just fight harder to get out of that corner. I mean, the whole thing, that whole episode there where you seen me sitting, it was kind of funny because when I was scooting across the ground, I finally got to the resting place near my chair on the bench. I don't know if you caught it, but I did this. And I was actually just thinking, trying to clear my mind so I can think of, okay, how am I going to do this? But I looked at it and I said, yeah, look at you, you're praying. I said, yeah, because but I'm just trying to do my best with whatever, and that's all. I mean, but it was funny. I'm glad everything happened the way it happened. I learned a lot. I learned that yes, I could fall on my tush and I can get up. Yes, I can even 20 feet from getting off the elevator that way, and getting to the bench on my tush. I love the comment. What are you doing, Jeffy? I said, oh, Jeffy got a part-time job picking stuff underneath the benches where people can't really get them, and sort of like polishing the floor along the sides. It's like, oh, because that's what I did. I was happy that floor was like a marble floor or whatever, but they wax them all the time, right? And most of that marble floor or most of that flooring, center traffic takes away that. So I was on the outside, and then I thought the bars that just pull myself like that. So that's where you got me wiggling and jiggling all across. But I mean, my tush was on wax, and I was like, it was smooth. It was like, yes. But I learned, I was so happy that gentleman, the security guard there, really, I was so happy that he said, okay, I understand. I think, I would try it this way. And he told me, and put my arm here, put my arm there. And I tried that, but I just wasn't in the right level. And then when I put my jacket, and if I would have listened to my physiotherapist, or the guy that sort of shows me how to do exercises and stuff, if I would have listened to him, everything he said don't stand in your stumps. I mean, I'd still be sitting there, right? So, anyways, I rolled up my jacket. I put that down. My stumps are underneath me, and then when I sort of like tried to stand up, my stumps were fine. Didn't feel any pain or nothing. It brought me up 2 inches. And then what brought me up was I was able to sort of like do the splits. And I put my foot, yeah. I put my stump on the side of the bench. I grabbed where he told me to grab, and I sort of like pulled and pushed. And with that stump, because my stump is like pretty tough, like in between my crotch, like that, them muscles in there, they're fairly solid. I mean, they're strong enough. And so when I did that 3 points, I was so surprised that I was able to pop myself up on that bench and sit straight up like that. It almost reminded me of that game when the kids were kids, Weeble Wobble. You can knock him, but he don't fall down. Like, you know what I mean? He just and that's the way I felt. I was just like, it was so easy. I was like, wow, like yes. So for people like me, or people in positions like me, or worse off than me, with anything you can do, just so you guys really know. I mean, I believe you do know, but coming from me is it's so it's a big deal, big feat of accomplishment. And I was so happy to complete that. That's the second time I've been on my butt. Third time, I guess. Yeah. Second or third time I've been on my butt, including the last time that I managed to get up. And I was like, wow. So that was a fear. Never really said it a lot, but that was a fear that I had. And I was just so happy. I truly was. I was just so happy. Well, you're still here, so that's good, Grandma Carrie. And that's the thing. I was just so happy, and I was like proud, and I was like, yes. And that's important to people with disabilities or whatever. It's when they can accomplish something. And yeah, and that's why I keep on going on. Anyways, what's going to happen again. And but that's just so, because people have told me, like here, everybody's word, well, not everybody, but yeah, I always use that word sometimes when, I got in trouble for that one time. Not everybody, but there are a few people here, they're in the comments or whatever, worried about, well, what are you going to do on the road? Well, I'm not on the road yet, but this is what I'm practicing for. So if something happens on the road, I'll be able to get out of situations, you know, because I don't know what life's going to throw at me, but I do know life's going to throw something. I'm just not sure what. I don't know if any of us are, but yeah, I just want to be prepared as much as I can for whatever comes my way. and I want to enjoy my trip. I mean, I got a woman, Juliana, I believe. She wants to be my traveling buddy. I'm all up for that. See, at one time, I would have said, no, 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 I can do it all on my own. But no, I've moved past that. I can't always do it all on my own. And I know that. So, common sense and stubborn, they don't have really place together. Like, it's all right to be stubborn, but you also have to have common sense. So if you get anything, remember, we can die. I'm not going to live forever, but if I can do it safely, we're good. So yeah, so I got her. If everything goes to plan, we're going to hook up eventually, and we're going to talk about it, and we're going to make a plan. And I'm still waiting just for once I get past Andy, then I'm pretty much ready to go. So I'm waiting to get past Andy, and then when that happens, then I'll make plans. And then uh, another lady that I met that came through here, I believe the one that gave me this hat. Uh, she also said she's heading out west in sometime before July or something, or June, something like that. And she says, if you want to, I'll, make it up here. I'll travel with you. And I said, well, once I have a better time, uh, better figure out what my time's like, then but I'll meet people. Like if I missed them in this location, and hopefully we can gather in some other location. But I'll make my rounds. That's for sure. Okay, I'm just gonna instead of me talking all the time. Tammy Brown, no one ever does but live without fear and enjoy it all the way. Yeah, and that's what I figured too. Kay Regatta, oh, I needed these laughs this morning. This great. I've already had tears and had to blow my nose. Well, thank you. Yeah, and Papa, nice to have a friendly friend to travel with. Yeah, it is. Uh, Euphoric Granny Productions. Yes, I am very proud and honored that you, Jeff, have supported us through a lot just because you shine so bright in my eyes. Well, thank you very much. It's very humbling for me, I guess. Yeah, but thank you. Your work is amazing and the knowledge is incredible. Well, starting from the ground up, literally. Tammy Brown, I took a leap and living out of my 214 Jeep Patriot, been wanting to go forever, and now I've been doing this for 2 months. And now me and my dog. Well, that's good. As long as you're safe and everything else. Gypsy Jan, help is everywhere if you just ask for it. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like remember, I think a long time ago, if you've been around me for a while, I never met a man that's given me more problems than myself. That's me. I overthink sometimes. I do this sometimes, and I don't ask. And well, I'm not as stubborn as I used to be, but I'm still stubborn. But yeah, it's slowly chipping away. I mean, and that's thanks to you people and doing what I'm doing. Dan, the Van Dan and Miss Tina, I know April is soon, but if you're ready by then, I'll travel with you. We're back off to Dawson for summer work again. Right on. Well, that'd be great, man. Like, can you imagine that? Here we are, Jeffy Bear and Dan Devan and Juliana and sorry, I got problems with remembering sometimes. But yeah, imagine that 4 or 5. Let's go. That'd be awesome. Like, that'd be great. Okay, Shadow Vet or what? Yeah, Shadow at 1950. Question, Jeffrey, was it very expensive to convert your vehicle for hand controls, and did you take lessons to learn how to drive them? Yeah, okay. I guess you haven't been around that long, or you just, you missed that video or something. Yes, yes, on both parts. My when I throw out money, it's not because I paid this. I'm just trying to tell you, it's not as it's not as cheap as possible, but it's not as cheap as it sounds. I had to take lessons. I had to take driving lessons from young drivers of Canada. I and the lessons because they don't do a double amputee here in Cornwall. They had to send me to Ottawa to young drivers there, and had to do driving lessons. It cost me $350 for an hour and 40 minutes. So they round that off to 2 hours of drive, $350, and that's not including the gas. That's just to get a driving instructor. I think I took 8 or 9 driving things. Uh, and basically, the only difficult thing I had is just to stop the brain, your brain, to going down to your feet because you don't have any feet anymore. So, but it's a shorter trip. It goes from here to here, like whoop whoop. This is or in my setup, but you can get a setup on that side. In my setup, this is the brake, and this is the gas. In this setup, there's a knob on my steering wheel, or they call it a suicide knob or a suicide thing. Grab that, and you basically, this is it. So you got to retrain your brain to learn how to park. But farmers, truck drivers, and for you, yeah, some people are allowed to use them, but you need a prescription for it. I found that out. So everything's got to be double checked, triple checked, and then once I get that, the big guy, um, I even forget his name, Cameron. Cameron. Once I get that checked out, Cameron takes me on. He was in the car for the first time, and all the other times the driving instructor, and then the last time for the test thing, he took me. He took me for my final drive, and everything's got to pass him. I didn't have a vehicle then, so and it's kind of creepy. Well, creepy, scary, nerve wracking. He doesn't sit in the front; he sits in the back, and when he's you can hear when he's sitting in the back, and I don't know if you hear that. He's writing notes down, and you're like your head's like, and you're in traffic and everything else. So yes, so that little trip cost me. Well, that experience cost me like over $2,000, I guess. Yep. And then from there, and somebody the other day just offered me, I gotta get rid of my car. Had them put in not too long ago. Steering thing, um, hand controls. He says if you want them, and I said no, I already got them. I don't know anybody else right now. Uh, anyways, for them that cost me like $2,200, and the story's not over yet, but $2,200, 22 something like that. I had to go to Prescott. I had to get them to. I brought it in. I had to get them to put it in for me, and they're supposed to be so-called professionals. So I was like, okay. Anyways, not trying to like tear them down or put them down, but my life is worth a little bit more than. Oh, sorry, we forgot that. Like, yeah, and I'm worried about other people. I mean, and that's the thing, right? If it happened to me, it could happen to somebody else that maybe doesn't have nerves of steel like I do, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, it came up one day. I was with my friends Chuck and Rachel, and we were driving around town here, and I pulled into a parking lot. And next thing you know, I noticed, I said, my hand controls are very loose. They're not supposed to be that loose. Anyways, I jumped out of there. I looked at it. I waited till they came out, and I said, let's pull in the back. I got a problem. So we went to the back where nobody was around, and I retightened, like I pulled the handle right off. Like the whole operating thing just came right off. So I have no control now. So if that happened on a road or on a curve, guess what? Jeffy Barrett be in a ditch or something, or worse, somebody hit me or. But anyway, I didn't go. Let's not go there. But I mean, that's a possibility. Anyways, I tightened it up. I picked up the phone and said, "Hey, and I don't know what's going on, but I said this van, my stuff fell apart." Anyways, they just rushed out. They said, "No, we'll come and see you." I, my friend, Chuck and I held it and he screwed it in there. Then when they got there, they checked it out and they put some Loctite. They said, "Oh, we forgot Loctite." So I don't use them anymore, and I got away from them. But when I talked to Cameron about it, that's my driving guy, because he wants to. Once he signs okay, he gets you out the door, but he wants to see you later. He wants to see you sometime later to come back and recheck and see how I'm working with it, right? See how I'm going, because he can stop me at any time. He's got power. When it comes to the political thing or the governmental thing, he's got some power. So you can't mess around with that. So yeah. But I told him the story about it and he said, okay, I'm gonna look into it. And he said, I'll be up in Cornwall in the next month. And that was like 2 or 3 months ago. And I haven't heard from him since. And I haven't heard from them guys that were going to do some work for me. I haven't heard from them since either. No. It is expensive. And yes, it's a lot more than they say it is. Because once you start paying, you're at their, I'm not saying they did or whatever. I just think a lot of it is a money scam, but that's the door you got to go through. There's no other way to go through it unless they have whoever touches your vehicle, especially with steerings and brakes and stuff like that. They got to be certified at some capacity. So that's it. So so I hope I answered your question. Yeah, I hope that yeah, Loctite. That's right. Loctite. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I'm pretty sure a lot of people here, but like Ramblin likes to put up these little shorts, right? Like these little videos. And she put up one yesterday where she's her and her husband fix repair stuff, right? Like washers, dryers, and stuff. Anyway, she had a little blur. She's out there with the screwdriver, got the hat on, the outfit on, and it's like, yeah. I found that hilarious. I just said, yeah. So yeah, she knows. She knows what Loctite means. Yeah. Uh, Shadow. Yeah. Oh my God, you were so lucky when it broke. I missed that video. We'll go and watch later. I hope I won't have to I won't have to, but I might. But I might. Thanks. You did answer. Okay. Well, as long as and again, I'm not trying to be negative or put anybody down, but that's the thing. In my opinion, we all make mistakes. Some mistakes, we try not to make them because they could, but we all make mistakes. So there's nothing to be embarrassed about that. And that's what I try to use that on my own life. Not embarrassed about it. Just figure it out and move on. So, yeah. So I think, yeah. Let me see. I know I missed. When I can't read and talk at the same time, it's like watching the chewing gum doesn't work. Oh, I love it. Papa. Anywho, I gotta hop so I can get a good seat for wings and football. And before YouTube adds a commercial to sell me central air for my apartment. Stay frosty, all, and don't eat rabbits. Okay. Oh, it's all cool, man. Hey, Crossroads. How are we today? Okay, let me see. Grandma carried my BFF and I are going to do Route 66 this spring. With 5 dogs and 2 cats, I can only go on short trips. You know, I don't know about Route 66. I mean, I want to go on that. That's one of my things, right? But because the things are really expensive, I don't know if I go to the States. It's just going to be in it. It might just be in and out because it's expensive for me. Oh, it's expensive for everybody, but I got to make sure I got insurance, and because I have a existing condition that's cost me more, and I have to take it pretty much for a year, and because you get a better price. Because one time I came across, uh, and for like 10 days, it cost me like 600 and something. Yeah, 600 and some odd dollars for 10 days. Then when I rechecked about a month and a half later, I said, "How much is it for a year?" And they said 800. So well, why the heck didn't you tell me that? How about I just pay 200? We'll just put it for a year. No, no. So yeah, and then I had to explain that I had. Then it went up from there. 800 for this, and then now you got a pre-existing. That's another 250, and blah blah. And they got lots of rules, and I'm like, so if I'm gonna go, I gotta make sure I got my behind covered. So yeah, Dan Van and Misty, thanks. We have a more in-depth video on different uh, media's channel. Yeah, she must have done something there. Oh, now I got you on there. You're still on there, Dan the Van, or I was going to say Dan and Miss Tina. Yeah, too early in the morning to say that whole thing, but you know who I'm talking to. Talking to you. It looks. I'm trying to follow what you got going on there. Yeah, I'm talking to you. No, all kidding aside. Um, do you know how to install a diesel heater or a gas heater? If you do, that's fine. Uh, and I believe it was Ramblin that sort of like suggested, why don't I go see you at one point? We don't want to do it in the middle of winter because it's cold, but if I can't get one where I plan on getting one, but I can get one, uh, you know, I need to have something like that going before I hit the road. Like I might hit it in the summer, but weather out west is a little bit weird sometimes. So yeah, storms hit you right away. Uh, oh, see here, there you go. Hey, Rash. Yeah, the other day, after the swimming and after the escalator, I called her. She was busy. She said, "I'll call you back." And then when I answered the phone, I said, "Hey, how you doing?" She goes, "Good. What are you up to?" She said, "Oh, not much." I said, "Oh, good. I got a new adventure. You want to try bungee jumping today?" And I guess she thought I was serious because she said, "I can't do that. I can't." I'm like, "I'm just joking. Time out." uh, yeah, funny. No, she's really good. I was a little rough with her going down the ramp. That's why there's no audio. I mean, I did put music, but yeah, I was like, okay, I wasn't really. I found I wasn't really being great. Hey, Oli, uh, I installed mine, but it wasn't taped. It wasn't tapped into the van's gas tank. I'll check the procedure out and let you know. Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing. I got a guy that Jared and Maddie. Maybe they already got that figured out. Because there's a lot of stuff going on behind my back I didn't know, but Andy told me, yeah, we're going to get together, and I went, oh, okay, and I didn't really know that, but yeah, like he's spoiled. Jared, I said, can't you do that, Jared? He goes, no, he just works on Mercedes, right? Most of them, and they got plug and play. Like, you get these heaters and then they just plug into a Mercedes gas tank. That's it. There's no cutting, no this, no that, nothing. I don't have that. Mine's 1982 or 88 or whatever. But yeah, I mean, putting it down, shouldn't be that hard. Just got to find a place to do that. But yeah, the other thing might be a problem. But I mean, somebody's got. I mean, I know they got them on the. I know there are people on the island that know how to do it. Like um, J5 Customs, because I do believe my friend Emmy, that's where she took hers, and he's got a way of doing it. They don't give out the secrets, but he's got a way of doing it, and there's no tapping into anything. I guess he goes down where the gas thing is. He taps into that somehow, but doesn't put a hole in your van or in your gas tank or nothing like that. Uh, uh, yeah, okay. I don't even know what I'm not really sure, Dan, what even heater I'm gonna go. I know I'm not gonna go Chinese. Okay. I'm not well, that's what they call them. I'm not gonna go Chinese. Because unless you know what you're doing, which I don't, I need something and I know nothing is, but I need something that, only breaks down once in a long time. Because I can't be fixing it all the time. So I mean, I'll learn. I would learn, obviously, but yeah. But I haven't heard too many negative things about Wabasso or the K bar, or not K bar, the other one there. Uh, but they're somewhat expensive. But there's not a lot of fixing going on. Maintenance, yes, but yeah, they usually work. They're solid, So that's what I'm thinking. S-bar. Thank you, my dear. S-bar. I'm not sure if it was my dear or my sir that answered that one, but thank you both. Yeah, you can't take one without the other. That's the thing with them two. uh, so yeah, so it's direct to the van tank is definitely the best option. Yeah, yeah. Well, that's what I figured. It can't be that hard, but I don't know if you I don't know if you have to do it on the bottom or if you have to do it on the top. I mean, I could drill a hole. It's not that hard. No, but I don't know. And then you got to run the wire or the feed into so it sits near the bottom, so at least you can get gas. Yeah, I don't know, but if you can find that out, that'd be great. If not, well, we'll figure it out sooner or later. That's for sure. But my next big step is I'm just waiting on a call from Andy, and I don't want to crowd him because he's got lots of stuff on his plate. But he told me once he gets that stuff off, and it shouldn't be too long. Once he gets that stuff off, I'm on my way down there. So, and we'll figure it out. Okay. Yeah, Rash. I knew you were joking again. You never know. I know. Uh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Bear on the bungee. Boing, boing. Yes. Mm. It's all right. The worst for rambling Rock here at K. The worst part is that Jeffy Bear acts like he wouldn't go bungee jumping. Then the next thing, whee! Yeah. Well, I know I'm shorter, but like I said, if you've been here the whole time, like I said, my buoyancy and my weight differential is totally off now. I'm not the way God made me. I've had some people will say I've taken stuff away, but I think I've had some improvements. But I just have to learn how to sort of like figure it out. Like if you watch my swimming video, I figured it out. First 5 minutes, I thought I was going to drown. I bent over, like I bent over in the chair, like the water's up to my waist, right? I bent over in the chair to grab the side. Next thing you know, I could feel my butt rise behind me, and there was no way to stop me. I couldn't hook my legs or nothing. I mean, it was just like, so yeah, I said, no, we can't do it like this. So yeah. 98 to 1998 Ford E150. Short. Yeah. Grandma Carrie, parasailing, paraglide, none of it. Older and more cautious. I should ask my friend Badge if he'd take me parachuting. Strap me on in front of him. Okay, let's go. See, I wouldn't. I might not have the nerve to jump out, but if somebody's pushing me from behind and I'm attached to them, it'd be like yippee. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Well, of course, lifeguard Rachel had your back. Yeah, I know. I know. You don't have to remind me twice. I know. Like I said, there's a few moments I felt I was being a little bit too rough. That's my stubborn part, and that's my whatever. But overall, it was great. It was great. It was a good experience, and you learn. Like I mean, I've learned maybe do things a little differently, maybe shorten it out a little bit, because I think the most important thing now. I think the most important thing now is um, filming me getting off the escalator and filming me getting off at the bottom. That's the most important. We all know how I got on. So maybe the next time I do it, if Rachel's around or if she's not around, I'll get one of my grandkids and maybe I'll get somebody behind me just in case so they can sort of like but I'll make sure they stand away from me so it doesn't look like I got an assistance. But anyways, yeah, it's getting off and getting on like that. Yeah, I think I'd film just that, and hopefully I won't have to do it a whole bunch of times. But you never know, I might. Uh, yeah, the bear in the chair, that's for sure. Well, thank you very much, Crossroads. I appreciate that. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Okay, I really do. I mean, you're really helping me, get through my thick skull that I can, I do, I make a difference, and and I just gotta find, like I think I have, but I mean, I just gotta tune it. I gotta find my direction in life. So, help people, but you know, I gotta find my path again. Uh, and yeah, we're not gonna go back there, but that's just my past, and I gotta learn that. I was talking to a person, my friend, and I was saying like that she got it because she was there when I was doing all that stuff, counseling and stuff. I said, man, I sat in a room for like 14 hours each and every day sometimes trying to deal with people, deal with the stuff that's going on. And I said, I never had this much support in my life in the same room. Never, never. And she goes, yeah. She goes, I had to work for what I did before. This is not work. I just I just got to be me, and like, I got to change some of the stuff that, yeah. And and that's the thing that makes me so happy, proud, bring tears to my eyes, everything like that. It's because, yeah, I'm just I'm so grateful. So yeah, thank you all. Anyways, what do we got here? Okay. Uh, yeah, thanks, rambling. Rachel, please keep a scorecard handy. Lady P, hi Bear. Hey, how are you? Debbie, you're amazing. Oh, thank you. Yeah, people told me like I should read and not just the answers, but who it's coming from, so because you guys will know, right? So yeah, Grandma Carrie, are you going to watch the Lions game? Yes, I am. That's why we're here early, so I can get out of the road. And I heard through the grapevine there's a few other YouTubers that are going to be on later, uh, and so I just wanted to sort of like as they say, the early bird gets the worm. I just wanted to get on, say my piece. Don't have to worry about the kids coming in, yelling and screaming, and I don't have to miss any of the football game. Yes, I'm thinking. Yeah, yeah. Well, I know, like before Granny, I know you can do anything you want, Jeff. Yep, you just got to. Yeah, I mean, I told that to Rachel. Rachel's behind me filming and like talking to me, and she says, "You want to go upstairs and look at what's going on up there first before we do this?" I said, "Nope, nope, nope. We're doing it right now. Let's go. Are you ready?" And then right to the escalator. I mean, I thought about it. It wasn't just like a leap of faith, but I thought about it. It's fairly simple. You got to get on. I got on. Perfect. 10 out of 10 there. And getting off the dismount wasn't the best, but that's all right. I've learned stuff, like I said. Even, okay, if you want to look at failures and successes, failure, going up the escalator. Success is getting my butt off the ground and back into my chair. That's a win-win the way I look at it. So now I already got that figured out. Now I got to go back to the drawing board and figure out how to do that dismount. And I'm getting old. Well, I'm old enough to know Howard Cosell and back in the day with Nadia Comaneci, and you know, I probably got a 4, and this is nothing, I'm not, but I remember that he got a 4 from the Russian judge. Yeah, 4 on the chair. This you got 9 from the Russian. Used to always say that, and I used to laugh all the time. Why are they picking on the Russians for? But yeah. But anyways, that's the way I look at it. Okay, Rachel. Today's lesson: don't drive and watch the Bears live. Couldn't stop laughing. Going to forever cherish memories. UES scorecard for swimming. I was gradu- graduating. Sorry, I don't know how to read. Him on every little milestone. Okay, let's go. Dan and Miss Tina, check with Andy to see if he can incorporate an access panel in the floor. Yep, I will do that. If I don't get one from there, if I don't get a heater from there, um, yeah, if I don't get a heater from there, I'll make sure that this is where the heater goes. And your name came up because, well, like I said, Ramlin watched your videos. She liked what you did. She was impressed. She goes, maybe he can help. So that's why I'm asking you, just so I have a back door. Because I mean, I got a few people. Like I was waiting on Chrome to get me a heater, but his no negotiations hasn't finished yet. Uh, and I was waiting for my other friend Jared and Maddie, but they do know about Espar, but they're not. I don't think. Well, from what he said, I don't think he knows how to put it in the old fashioned way. So you came up. So see, now I got a backup plan just in case that plan don't work. And I guess from that little conversation I just had, that's what this life is all about. Got to make you have a backup plan. No, I didn't, Terry. Did you wear a seatbelt before the escalator? No, I did not. No, I did not. And I'm thinking of, I know I got it. I'm thinking if I can find it, I might put it in there. I might put it in before I try it again. Because yeah, so yeah. There's a guy in Deerfoot City, Jan, Gypsy Jan, a guy in Deerfoot City that is very well versed in installing diesel heaters. Bruce Van Lyck Jr. Checked him out. Yeah, well, I know Bruce, and I've watched some of his stuff too. Yeah. Uh, okay, we need more Sunday mornings with lots of laughs. Well, This is done pretty well, actually, and I'm impressed with this. I thought this might be too early, and the reason I'm here. But if like really, if you guys that are here now, if you guys, you know, because for a while, it's people around that I know or people in my circle of people that I know, I was the only one for a while that was doing Sundays because Saturdays are packed, and so I was doing Sundays. But if you guys would like me to come on a certain time on a Sunday, you just let me know. Like, I don't know what time would best. Today, I just wanted to get out of the way. I wanted to get it done. And so here I am. That's why. And I want to watch football. So you let me know if there's a time for most of you that seem to work for you. You let me know, and I'll try to do it as much as I can. Uh, I hope that's a. I hope that's a joke, Ollie. What glue is best for sticking blocks of ice together? How about this? Water? Southern Van Life. Hey, Jeffy, how do you keep a bear in suspense? I don't know. I don't know, Southern Van Life. How do you keep a bear in suspense? Uh, oh, Vaughn's on a roll. Happy birthday. Happy, but thank you very much. I appreciate that. Igloo. Oh, gosh. Okay. Igloo. Yeah, okay. That's how you keep blocks of ice together. Igloo. Thanks, Oli. I got more hurt falling in my friend's stairs than I did riding the escalators. uh, CK, I thought the same thing. Water. Yep. Well, thank you very much. Wishing me a happy birthday. It's all good. That's why I said I got to do Route 66 in my 66th year on Earth. And I've always loved that stuff, right? So, yeah, probably not as great as it looks, but yeah, I just want to, I want to try it. Yep. This is perfect. Okay. Okay, Kay. No, that's fine. Uh, Third Granny, empowering people is an amazing way of helping others. Well, thank you. Uh, Jeffy, I'm so glad I've been following you for the last 4 years. Well, thank you very much, Wendy. You've given me some great ideas and a load of self confidence in trying new things. I'm less than 3 months post amputation. Yay for you. Well, hope everything goes well. Like stuff like that, like reading what Wendy just said. And there was another gentleman the other day that said he's waiting. He said he was jealous of and I went, but I mean, it was in a good way. And I just, yeah, it's just, and he's waiting to get his legs amputated too or something. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, stuff like that really sort of like that's my purpose, obviously. Getting information, maybe other people don't have or don't have the nerve right at this point to do stuff. And I do know that, I'm drawing an older crowd and and even like myself, I mean, I don't know why I want to do a lot of these things I do, but I still want to do them. So we might be old in numbers, but young in the brain, and we got ambitions and things to do. And I guess if you see somebody like me doing that, especially with no legs, and it's like, yeah, hey, I could probably do it too. So, I mean, I'm starting to realize that. I know I'm last to the race here when it comes to this stuff. It's not a game. But I am very slow when it comes to thinking that I've done special things. I am very slow. I'll say that. It's not a ploy. That's not whatever. That's just me. So ET, it's all good. Do your thing. We are the ones lucky to catch you live. Well, thank you very much. Actually, Route 66 is pretty cool. Yeah. Well, I want to try that, Kay. I really do. Yeah. It's always been on my radar. It's just, and I'm not sure, but I'd like to do it on my 66th birthday. That would be great. My Dove's Canadian backwards at 8:30 a.m., bro. The early bird gets the breakfast. I have an A&W almost every morning. Good sense. I have morning service 10 a.m., then another live at 12. Okay. Right on. I live next to Route 66. I'd be happy to meet you. Oh, that'd be great, Vaughn's on a roll. See, that's the thing. People say, well, how are you going to hook up with all these people? I said, there's people that I'm going through. They're going to be there. Like they'll be in that neighborhood or that area or 20 minutes away or something. I mean, I just put out, hey, I'm going to be, say I'm going to be in Minnesota in 3 weeks or whatever. I'm pretty sure anybody in Minnesota that wants to see me or whatever, we'll figure it out, and that's the thing. And I said, I love that. Never had that before, really. Sounds delicious. Okay. Ollie, see you all next. Take care, everybody. Bye bye. Thanks for showing up, Ollie. Appreciate it. That's when you need. Oh yeah, Kate. That's when you need a bunch of friends to join you, Jeffy. Party will be complete then. Yeah, thank you. My Doves, Canadian Backwoods. Highway 97 North, British Columbia, Canada. Turn off to historic Bakerville or Barker. Barkerville A&W at the junction. You rock. I am a morning. Okay, well, I've been on here not long enough, but I like to see, but I don't want to step on anybody's toes that might be coming on anytime soon. So I just want to thank you all for showing up. Some people have asked me if I have any stickers. Yes, I do. I got the original Jeffy Bear, and then I have the Jeffy Bear in a wheelchair, and then I also have the I also got this one. Sorry, it's on a Fiesta. I got that one. So yeah, I got lots of stickers. They're $5 a piece. If you want one, you let me know. And got PayPal. I if you're in Canada, you can instant deposit it. Just give me your address, and I'll take care of the rest. Tell me how many you want. Fond on a roll. I grab my carry. Where are you located? Okay. So yeah. I don't have any T-shirts yet. Oh yeah, that was the thing. I was talking to my buddy Chrome, and I said, I asked him if he had anybody. If you know anybody out there watches my channel, I don't know, that does graphics. This is Chrome's thing here, and I wear a lot of his stuff. I'm just trying to figure out somebody that can do a couple of graphics. I mean, I just need to check something out because I think Chrome's guy did that last one. My daughter took a picture. Somebody took those. I don't know who it was. Somebody took a picture and sent me that last. It's a Fiesta, and there was a guy I think on the other part in the UK somewhere. I think he sort of like gave me the original one, and I think I got it made a little bit not better, but made it more stand out. He did my wheelchair one. So if you know anybody out there, you let me know, please. We'll see what we can do. Rash, have a beautiful week, everyone. Take care. Remember to hit the like on your way out if you haven't. Thank you very much, Eric. Okay, Dan, cheers. You have a great week too. Hey, I don't know if you're happy or not. Are you getting enough snow to keep you busy? If you might have to go into the waterworks because we're getting a lot of water here. So I don't know. Grandma Grandma Carrie, thank you very much, but there's nobody else I would rather spend my morning with. Have a great day and go Lions. Yeah. Okay. Wendy, thank you, Jeffy. The info you give us is very purposeful and encourages me. My diabetes journey has been up and down, one at best. You showed was a wake up call to do better for myself. Thanks. Oh, you're welcome. My dove, Canadian backwoods, step on toes. We all need to know stickers. Gotta have them. Got them from Chrome. He was at Timmy's a few years ago. He was cool sounds. Yeah. Uh, thank you, Ramblin'. I'd be lost without that person, Ramblin' Rocketeer. Her and her husband both have helped me just talking on the phone and stuff. It's all right, Mark. I'm glad you made it. And it doesn't matter if you're late or not. Nope. Okay. Yeah. Well, I knew I had a funny feeling that Sandy wasn't going to be here because pretty early in the morning for her. She's 3 hours behind. Yeah, I don't think she gets up this early. So, anyways, on that note, I'm going to let you all go. I thank you very much for all your love, kindness, support, info, feedback, whatever. I just hope you all have a great day. I love yous, and yeah, I'll be trying my best to improve some of the things I do. Thanks again.